Hey guys, in today's video we're going to continue watching our story called Kid Boo's Brother. What will Akuma Boo do when his brother is revived, and how Goku and Vegeta will awaken his new transformation? So grab a bucket of popcorn and your soda, and come with me, and of course don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Well, without further ado, let's get started. On a desert planet. Currently it was possible to see Akuma Boo in front of a cocoon where Kid Boo was being revived. The cocoon was already much bigger than before since 3 days had passed since Akuma Boo placed him in that place in order to absorb the energy of that planet. The planet was very different from what it was before. The once desert planet, full of yellowish sand, was now dark gray, showing that every minute the life of the planet was ending. Akuma Boo said, "It looks like it will only take a few more hours or a day at most, and after that my dear little brother will be revived. But he will still be weak, so after he comes back to life, I will take him so I can absorb the vital energy of some beings and planets, so that he can become stronger than he was previously," Akuma Boo said while looking at the cocoon where his brother was. On Earth with Son Goku. Vegeta said, "Hey Whis, do you already know where Akuma Boo is?" said the Saiyan Prince to the angel who was looking at the sphere of his staff. Whis said, "No, I don't know where he is, but I know he's very good at hiding," said the angel while looking at the Saiyan Prince, who just clicked his tongue out of anger. Beerus said, "This guy is really troublesome. And by the way, you two are going to just stand there, or are you going to start training to learn how to transform into that new form?" asked the God of Destruction to the two Saiyans. Goku said, "We would like to start, but neither Vegeta nor I know how we could master this form since none of us have our traits to transform into Oozaru, and even if we had the tail, we would not know how to achieve the Oozaru transformation white," said the Saiyan while looking at the God of Destruction, who just sighed. Beerus said, "What the fuck? And why didn't your tails grow?" asked the Lord of Destruction. Vegeta said, "That's not how it works. A Saiyan's tail only grows during his childhood. After we turn 10 years old, our tail stops growing, and even if it is cut, it will never grow again," said Vegeta while looking at Beerus, who ended up slapping his hand on his forehead out of frustration. Kaioshin said, "In this one, I can help you too," said Supreme Kaio, arriving at the place making everyone look at him. Bulma said, "How can you help Vegeta and Goku to have their tails again?" asked Bulma to Supreme Kaio. Kaioshin said, "Simple. There is a technique that will make Lord Goku and Vegeta's tail grow back, but it will take about 3 days for it to grow and get the size so they can turn into an Oozaru," said the Supreme Kai, making everyone have a little hope. Kaioshin said, "But there's a problem. During that 3 days, Lord Goku and Vegeta were very weak because this technique that tires the body of whoever uses it," said the Supreme Kaio Lord, making everyone so shocked. After all, Goku and Vegeta are the ones strongest on Earth, and they would be facing Akuma Boo and Kid Boo very soon. Vegeta said, "What the hell? When we finally find a way for me and Kakarot to gain our tails again, so we can acquire this new form, it will take 3 days, and it will make us weak, and Akuma Boo and Kid Boo can appear any time," said the Prince of the Angry Saiyans, "since the only way for him and Goku to achieve the White Oozaru transformation, and I need to be 3 days weak, and they couldn't find anyone." Whis said, "It's really a shame. So I'll try to find a way so that you two can transform into Oozaru without needing to have a tail," said the angel to the two Saiyans. Beerus said, "Dude, you two are really annoying. Kaioshin use that technique of yours or something and make these two idiots gain their Saiyan tails for the next 3 days. I will protect this planet while you are weak," said the God of Destruction, rising up from his beach chair, attracting the attention of everyone in the place. Bulma said, "Then you will protect our planet, while Vegeta and Goku are too weak to fight against Akuma Boo and possibly Kid Boo, who must have probably been revived," said the blue-haired woman to the God of Destruction. Beerus said, "I'll do it. After all, if you die, I won't have any good food from the land." The God of Destruction spoke to everyone in the place. Whis said, "Do you want to protect the land because of the Bulma's food, or because you've gotten used to all its inhabitants and now you don't want to let anyone die?" said the angel in a chuckle, something that made Beerus blush in embarrassment. Beerus said, "Don't bother me, Whis. And you two are waiting for what? You'll soon get that tail so you can defeat that evil Akuma Boo." The God of Destruction spoke to Goku and Vegeta. Goku and Vegeta said, "Yes, sir." The two Saiyans were happy to know that the land would be protected for now. Kaioshin said, "Since you've already made up your mind, then let's go, because this technique is a bit time-consuming. So the faster we do it, the faster you can train to awaken this new transformation, said the Supreme Kaio Lord to the two Saiyans who soon stood by his sides. Goku said, "Goodbye, people. We'll be back in a few hours or so. And Sir Beerus, see if you don't destroy anything for no reason," said the Saiyan before teleporting along with Vegeta and the Kaioshin to the Supreme Kaio's Lord's planet. Now with Akuma Buu. After a few hours, it was possible to see the planet where Akuma Buu was, which was once a yellowish desert. Now it was a planet full of dark sand that looked like ash, and in a cave on the planet it was possible to see Kid Buu's cocoon, which was now much bigger, while Akuma Buu was sitting looking at the cocoon that suddenly started to crack. Akuma Buu said, "Finally, I couldn't wait any longer," said the Majin while looking at the cocoon opening. After the cocoon was fully open, it was possible to see a being a little shorter than Akuma Buu, but he had the same appearance as him, having a pink skin with various types of holes in some parts of his body, and he had a type of antenna which was different from Akuma Buu, which had 3 pink antennas. Akuma Buu spoke. "So you've finally been revived, my dear brother," said the Majin while looking at his little brother, who suddenly gave a smile and tried to punch Akuma Buu, but he easily dodged it. Kid Buu had no idea what was happening. He didn't see his bigger brother. There, he just saw another enemy that he needed to kill and absorb to increase his power. Akuma Buu, seeing that he couldn't do anything to stop his brother from trying to attack him, decided to defeat him. Akuma Buu said, "I had forgotten that Bibidi had controlled you before. You had your brain formed, so trying to talk to you is useless. I'll have to defeat you, and then I'll see what I'm going to do with that brain of yours once it's fully formed," Akuma Buu said while dodging all of Kid Buu's attacks, who was annoyed by none of his attacks hitting Akuma Buu. Tired of playing with his brother, Akuma Buu simply appears on his back and hits his brother, making Kid Buu faint. Akuma Buu said, "I already know what I'm going to do with you. If I remember correctly, there's a planet full of life near this planet. So I'll just put you there and wait for you to destroy that planet, and then just repeat the process until your brain is completely formed," said Akuma Buu, putting his brother on his shoulder and then flying to the planet that his brother would destroy to get stronger. Akuma Buu said, "This planet will be perfect for you to develop your powers along with your brain," Akuma Buu said while looking at a planet in front of him that contained several living beings. Akuma Buu said, "Let's go." Akuma Buu said as he flew to the planet and soon landed in a small town and said, "Now it's time for you to wake up, my dear little brother," as he said it to Akuma Buu, and he was transferring some of his ki so Kid Buu could wake up. Akuma Buu said, "That should be enough for you to destroy this planet. Now you just have to watch all the vital energy and let the destruction begin," said Akuma Buu while looking at Kid Buu, who was waking up, and soon Akuma Buu creates a rift and passes by her, leaving Kid Buu on the planet alone. A few seconds later, Kid Buu finally woke up and looked around, seeing a city full of life, something that made him give a macabre smile, and soon began to fly by, and when he looked down he saw how much life that would be his energy. Alien 1 said, "What is that flying?" Wondered a greenish being with yellow eyes that looked towards the sky. Alien 2 said, "It appears to be a pink being with an antenna, but why is he flying?" Said another greenish being who appeared to be a woman. Alien 3, "Mom, look, there's something pink coming out of his hand," said a little green boy, similar to the other 2 beings next to him. But soon that peaceful city became a sea of flames and destruction when Kid Buu started to unleash several blasts of pink ki that destroyed the buildings and killed several beings from that world. And each being killed and each building that was destroyed, Kid Buu smiled even more. After destroying his first city, Kid Buu started flying all over the planet. Where he saw life, he destroyed it. And the warriors of that world who tried to face Kid Buu, he made a pink ray come out of his antenna and turned them into chocolate or anything sweet and similar. The more he ate, the stronger he became. After 2 hours, the planet was totally destroyed. The life that was on the planet no longer existed, but all beings on that planet were completely destroyed. And after all that, Akuma Buu, who was in the planet's orbit just watching all the destruction and chaos created by Kid Buu, caused Akuma Buu to give a satisfying smile at the sight of all the destruction done by his brother. Akuma Buu thought, if he continues like this, he will need several planets of that same level for him to be able to fully develop his brain. And if I want him to have high power levels to face those Saiyans, he will have to destroy thousands of planets and devour hundreds of living beings to get stronger. Akuma Buu thought about how many planets Kid Buu would have to destroy to get even stronger to face the Saiyans, and if it would take time. Akuma Buu said, "Well, now I better take my little brother to the next planet," said Akuma Buu as he flew at high speeds towards Kid Buu, who was laughing like a maniac because of all the destruction he caused. The moment Kid Buu saw Akuma Buu, he tried to attack him, since for him, Akuma Buu was just another person who should be killed by him. But Akuma Buu just slapped him on the back of the head, making him faint, and then Akuma Buu caught him and placed it on his shoulder, and soon began flying towards another planet so that Kid Buu could destroy himself to become even stronger. Akuma Buu thought, "Are those other two Saiyans getting stronger? I hope so. I would really like to face that Saiyan who had the power of Ultra Instinct, and I would like my brother to fight that other one who has the power of a Hakaishin. If I remember his name well, Vegeta, that will be a lot interesting," Akuma Buu thought as he flew to another planet full of life so Kid Buu can destroy it. Whereas with Goku and Vegeta, currently Son Goku and Vegeta were with the Supreme Kaio, Lord, on their planet. The three beings were flying towards a violet-colored lake, and soon the three stopped flying and soon reached the ground, and soon the Kaioshin starts talking to the two Saiyans. Vegeta said, "So Supreme Kai, how are we going to get our Saiyan tails again?" asked the Saiyan Prince to Supreme Kaio. Kaioshin said, "Well, you two will have to go through a setback ritual." The Supreme Kai spoke to the two Saiyans, something that made Son Goku confused. Goku said, "Kickback ritual? What is that?" asked the confused Saiyan to Supreme Kaio. The Kaioshin said, "The retreat ritual is a ritual that makes the individual return to their original origins. In the case of the two of you being Saiyans, you will go back to having a child's body. And at that time, you had your tails." He explained the Supreme Kai to the two Saiyans. Vegeta said, "But if we go back to being children, we would become weaker, and we wouldn't be able to face either of the two Majins," said the Prince of Saiyans to the Supreme Kaio Lord. The Kaioshin said, "Well, that's true. If you go back to being children, you will become weaker. But after 3 days, I will use another ritual to age your two bodies, and when that happens, you will have your powers in their full splendor, and you will still have your Saiyan tails, so you can transform into the new form of Oozaru," spoke the Supreme Kai to the two Saiyans in front of him, who were more relieved not to lose their powers permanently. Goku said, "Okay, so let the ritual start soon so we can gain our tails and train so we can gain our new transformations and then defeat Akuma Buu and Kid Buu," said the Saiyan very excitedly to be able to get stronger than ever, and defeated the two Majins. Vegeta said, "So, what do we need to do to perform this setback ritual?" asked the Saiyan Prince to Supreme Kaio. Kaioshin said, "Simple. I want you two to dive into the center of the lake, and don't leave there until I say. While you're inside, I'll recite some words to activate the lake, and then the retreat will start. After that, I'll give the warning for you two to get out of the lake. It's as simple as that. And alas, don't worry about oxygen. The lake will give you everything you need," said the Supreme Kaio Lord to the two Saiyans. Soon Goku and Vegeta began to float in the center of the lake. Then the Supreme Kai gave the order, and the two entered the lake, sinking their bodies completely. The Supreme Kai started reciting some words in a completely strange language, and suddenly the violet lake started to shine intensely, making the water turn clear blue. After 2 hours at the beginning of the ritual, finally the lake stopped shining. Kaioshin said, "Goku, Vegeta, you two can get out of the lake now." The Supreme Kai said to the two Saiyans, who soon left the lake. But they were not like their adult appearances, but a childish appearance, and their clothes were much smaller in size, their bodies. Goku said, "Our agent got small, and Vegeta, you're younger than when you met Bulma and the others," Saiyan said while looking at his reflection in the water. Vegeta said, "I never thought I would get that size again. I remember that at that age, I wanted to be the king of the Saiyans and someday become the strongest in the universe, as I was a child at that time," said the Prince of the Saiyajins, while remembering when he was a child. Kaioshin said, "Apparently the retreat ritual was a success. Now you two will have to stay here for the next 3 days. During these 3 days, your tails will grow back again. And for that, you will have to bathe 4 times a day, so that these waters can make their tails grow again in these 3 days," spoke the Supreme Kai to Goku and Vegeta. Vegeta said, "It's better than that, right? Because otherwise we're screwed," said the Prince of Saiyajins while looking at Supreme Kaio Lord. Goku said, "Hey Vegeta, How about we fight to see who was stronger between the two of us when we were kids, since we don't have much to do," said the excited Saiyan to Vegeta, who was also excited about it. Vegeta replied, "Of course. Now I could prove that I'm stronger than you since our childhood, Kakaroto," said Vegeta excited, and the two Saiyans started to face each other. With that, we've come to the end of today's video. If you want to see a continuation of this incredible story, leave a lot of likes on the video and comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So until another day, guys,